my channel. Today I am going to be going through some of the products here that I recommend you pick up during the Sephora sale that's coming up very soon. I will leave a full list of all the dates and the codes and everything like that in the description box down below. Not all of the information has come forward. There's still some kind of trickling in. So as I get more information, I will keep that description box updated. And I feel like this is a good time to kind of go through all of the products that I'm going to be discussing, go through some products that other favorite creators here on YouTube are recommending to you, kind of make a list and then kind of knock them down. Like I normally, when I'm creating a list for a sale like this, I will write all the ones that sound interesting to me down as I'm watching these videos, and then I start kind of crossing them off as I go through it. So, you know, it kind of gives you time to prepare and make sure that you're buying things that you actually really need rather than impulse buying. So when you're preparing for a sale like this from Sephora or Ulta or anything like that, it's good to start early so that you're not wasting your money and you're not impulse buying during the sale. I've actually filmed two different Sephora sale recommendation videos, and I will leave both of them in the description box down below. I don't want to repeat a lot through this. There's a lot of favorite products that I have, but I don't want to be repetitive. So I want to give you different options that are not in those two videos. So in this video, I'm going to talk about skincare, hair care, and then makeup. Like it's going to be kind of a variety versus just all makeup. So first things first, let's talk about skin. Now, as you guys know, I am a huge fan of Obagi. Obagi is one of my favorite skincare brands. I've been using them for probably 6 years now. I started with the New Derm system and I've just never looked back. Recently, Sephora started selling Obagi, and this sale is the perfect time to pick up some products from Obagi. So the first product I'm going to talk about is the Obagi Vitamin C and Arbutin Brightening Serum. So this is an amazing product because I feel like this helps my skin to stay refreshed, not dull. It kind of gives that brightening effect. And I feel like it also keeps my hyperpigmentation at bay, especially when I don't really want to wear a retinol cream. This has kind of helped to keep the dark spots from overtaking my face. This is a pretty potent vitamin C serum, so I really love this. I put this on every morning. Typically how I apply this is I will use my cleansing oil from Tatcha, which I also recommend, which is in one of my previous videos, but I really love the Tatcha cleansing oil. I use the Tatcha cleanse, deep cleanse at night, and then in the morning I use the cleansing oil just to kind of refresh my skin, kind of get all of the, you know, just nightly oils and the night serums and stuff that have been sitting on my skin and kind of give it a refreshing wash. It's not like a harsh cleanser for the morning. So typically I will use the cleansing oil and then I'll go directly in with this, and I will let this absorb into my skin for about 10-15 minutes before I go in with my moisturizer, which brings me to my next product here. This is from Dermalogica, and fortunately Sephora is finally selling Dermalogica. They recently just uploaded a ton of Dermalogica products on their website. This is the Dynamic Skin Recovery. This is a moisturizer with 50 SPF. Now, I've heard some people say, well, I only wear sunscreen during the summer when I'm really out in the sun. No, you need to be wearing sunscreen with your moisturizer every single day, because even in the winter, you're still out in the sun. The sun, you know, has harmful rays. It is what it is. And if you want to kind of eliminate some of the aging process, the best way to do it is protect your skin. This one I recommend because this one doesn't clog my pores. This is the best SPF moisturizer I have found. I do have adult acne, so there's a lot of SPFs that will break me out, especially since now that I have all this hyperpigmentation that I've been trying to get rid of because I didn't wear sunscreen in my 20s. All you 20-year-olds out there, you need to start wearing sunscreen on your face every day. Anyway, I absolutely love this sunscreen. It's one of the best, in my opinion, out of the market. So if you've been really looking for a really good sunscreen moisturizer, now I know this is expensive. I think it's around 70 bucks, but one drop of this, one pump of this works all over the face, and I can get this bottle to last me about 3 or 4 months. It has really, really good reviews already on the Sephora website. From Dermalogica, I also recommend the Daily Exfoliant. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head what it's called. It's the Daily Microfoliant Exfoliator, and the big bottle is $59. It's kind of like a charcoal powder stuff. I used to use this every single day. You kind of dump a little bit of the charcoal powder down into your hand, and then I will take my hand down underneath the water and kind of like basically splash my hand with the water, not basically putting a lot of water mixing in with it, but I just kind of splash it. Then I mix it together and it kind of turns into like a foamy type product. And then I really scrub my skin good. It's a nice exfoliant because it's a daily exfoliant. It's safe enough and it's not very harsh, but it really gets in there and cleans out those pores. If you are somebody that has enlarged pores, I cannot recommend that daily exfoliant more. Like, you will probably benefit from it more than somebody that doesn't have enlarged pores, just because you're able to clean out those pores every single day with a really good exfoliant that isn't harmful to the skin, because you can use it daily. Highly, highly recommend it. I cannot say enough great things about that one. Moving on to, you know, I have talked about the water cream. I'm just gonna kind of pop it in here. I have talked about this. Pretty much everything from Tatcha I love, but I do love the water cream. I love the cleansing oil and the deep cleanse, but I also recently, these I got 4 different ones in the beauty offers. I don't know if you guys are like me, but when I see stuff like this come up, I will do like 4 different orders just so that I can get like 4 samples of this, because it's expensive and I want to make sure I like it before I buy it. This is the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. Oh my gosh, you guys, this stuff is so good. I've been using it for about 2 weeks. A little teeny bit goes a really long way. The smell of it smells like the typical Tatcha, but it is, oh my gosh. So I don't recommend this during the day because I do feel like it's a little bit heavy for the daytime, unless you are super dry. So if you're super dry skinned, you could totally wear this underneath your makeup. It would give you long lasting hydration throughout the day. I like this at nighttime. This is kind of the final step that I will put it on, kind of rub it in. But you know, I used to wake up, especially during the winter, even though I would use a really good heavy cream moisturizer at nighttime, I would wake up the next day and I would still kind of feel dry. Not cracky dry, but I would say like kind of, you know, stretchy dry. You know how when you kind of go like this and your face feels kind of tight? That's how it would feel every single morning, and I hated that feeling. Well, since I've been using this at night, I don't have that feeling. It's gone. This stuff is the best, and I'm actually going to buy a big jar of it during the sale because I have to have this. This stuff is awesome. A teeny little bit. I literally put like this much all over my face. Like a little teeny bit of it goes a long way. It blends really good into the skin. I don't think somebody with normal, or I don't feel like somebody with combination or oily skin will love this quite like somebody with dry or normal, but this is fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so let's move on to hair. I briefly want to talk about these. So I recently talked about these in my March favorites, but I wanted to include it into this video in case those of you have not seen my March favorites. But this is the Olaplex number 4 Bond Maintenance Shampoo and Conditioner. This is the number 5. They also just released the Bond Smoother. This is the number 6. And I also love the number 3, which is kind of like a deep conditioner. Oh my gosh, if you guys have not tried the Olaplex, this stuff will blow your mind. It's heavily concentrated, so a teeny bit goes a really long way with this product. I have hair extensions, and normally I wash my hair about every 3 or 4 days. And normally when I used to wash my hair, I would have to wash my hair like 2 to 3 times just to really make sure that my hair was clean and I got all of the hairspray out and all the dry shampoo and all the gunk that had been collected. And because I don't really have an oily scalp, I don't really have oily skin, I'm able to go 3 or 4 days without washing my hair. You know, I used to have to wash it sometimes 2 to 3 times, but with this, one time, it suds up so fast, it's so concentrated, like a little dime, and I've got hair like down, you know, my hair is like down past my bra strap, so I have longer hair, and this stuff is absolutely a bomb. Like, there is, in my opinion, I have tried a lot of expensive shampoo and conditioners. I have a cosmetology license. I have used professional grade hair care for years, since I was in my 20s. Actually, since I was in my teens, because my mom was a hairdresser. This stuff has completely blown me away. It has repaired my hair. It creates such a beautiful shine. It's I'm absolutely obsessed. I love it so much. This is the newest product in their line, and this is a leave-in reparative styling cream. So it acts as a reparative cream, plus it styles it. So it'll kind of calm down the flyaways a teeny bit, you guys. I'm talking like this much. You do not want to use a lot of this because it's so concentrated, but I'll kind of run it through my ends and it'll kind of give me the piecey ends look, but it's kind of repairing my ends at the same time. This stuff is bomb. All of the Olaplex is bomb. And if you have been really searching for really good hair care products, but you don't want to spend like a ton of money, I cannot recommend the Olaplex enough, because this stuff, in my opinion, is worth 50 bucks a bottle, and I would pay 50 bucks a bottle for it. It's that good. It's so good. Okay, moving on to brush cleaners. So this is another thing I'm actually personally going to be picking up. They have a larger bottle. This is the Cinema Secrets. So they have a value size, which is $42, and it is 32 ounces. And then they have the 8-ounce one, and this one is 24. So I bought this one because I didn't want to invest in the big one in case I didn't like it. This is hands down the best brush cleaner you will ever own in your life. And this has actually gotten me in the habit of cleaning my brushes every time I use them. Typically I clean my sponges every day, but I was terrible at cleaning my brushes, you guys, terrible. This stuff doesn't require water, and it is just unbelievable. Like, you don't need to rinse it. This stuff, you guys, is the best brush cleaner on the market, in my humble opinion. So I highly recommend picking this up during the sale. Stuff like this is the perfect time to pick up during the sale. I mean, it's just like stuff that you really need in your collection, but you kind of keep pushing it to the side because that palette, you want more. It's that type of thing. I'm going to briefly talk about the Hollywood Flawless filter. I did talk about this in my previous video, but this I cannot live without. This has been my best and most favorite makeup purchase of all time, literally of all time. It has that big of a claim. That's a big claim, and this is still my favorite. This is in the shade 5, and I wear it underneath my makeup. You can wear it over your makeup. I love the glow from the within that this gives my skin, and I love wearing this, especially when I'm gonna wear even more of like a satin matte type foundation. This just gives my skin that just healthy looking glow. All of Charlotte Tilbury's products, in my opinion, are mature skin friendly, and because I'm gonna be 40 next month, there's just some products like the shimmering Perfector skin things. I can't remember what it's called. The one from Becca. I'll put a picture up here. I can't think. That one, I like it, but I cannot wear that all over the face because it's too much and it draws too much attention to my pores and to my texture and my wrinkles as I've aged. This doesn't. This is the prettiest product for the skin. I love this, and I'll wear this without foundation and go to the grocery store. I love it. It's so good. It's so good. I'm going to mention one foundation out of all of them. I feel like this is one to stock up on during the sale because it's so expensive. I think this is 64 bucks. This is one of my favorite summer foundations, and this is for those special occasions where you know you're going to be out in the heat all day. You need your makeup to last. This is so expensive, it's not worth on a daily basis, but this is like waterproof. Like, it does not budge once you have it on. And I wore this the entire time I was in Florida last year in the dead of summer, out in the humidity, and this doesn't budge. Taking advantage of buying it during the sale time is a good time to get it in your collection so that you can have it. It's so good. This JOUER Air Flash is awesome, you guys. It's one of the best summer foundations. Next up, I gotta talk about this. This is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist Hydrating Glowing Radiance Setting Mist. It is so beautiful. And now I'm not going to spray it only because the product, the foundation that I'm testing out is definitely a little on the glowy side. And so I don't want to spray anything glowy on my face because right now, especially with these lights, I am really beaming off the lights. But this has such a refining mist to it. I mean, it's magical. It is magical. I love this so much. The smell of it is divine. One of the best setting mists out there. I love it so much. Now, I still love this one from Morphe, and you can't get that at Sephora, but This one is really, really nice. Okay, I want to talk about this powder from Charlotte Tilbury. I am obsessed with this powder, and I bought this last year and could never really get it to work right for me. Now that I have found the perfect way to apply it, I am obsessed. This is such a finely milled powder, and it's super expensive. Like, I just hit pan, which I'm not very happy about, but I wear shade medium 2. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting, Skin Perfecting. It's a micro powder, and it's a micro powder, but it'll literally go over your pores, and you put it on and you're like, pores where? It's so beautiful. In fact, I'm a little bit dewy right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some on, but look at this. I mean, it just makes the world a difference. Look at that. You know I'm not a powder person. I don't like powders on my face. This one is on a whole other level, and it deserves its own award for being the best powder on the market. And I feel like it does exactly what it says it does, but it will kind of just smooth everything out, and it literally removes texture, your pores, like it just smooths everything out. I cannot recommend this powder enough. Let's talk about this concealer really fast. Okay, you guys know I love the Magic Away concealer. This one is definitely more money from Charlotte Tilbury, so it's a good time to stock up on it. I've actually got me one on backup. This is my one that I'm running out of. I'm still using the rest of it, but I got one on backup already. I do really love the Charlotte Tilbury liquid concealer, the Magic Away, but I have recently discovered this one from Marc Jacobs, and I am madly in love with this. This is the Accomplice concealer, and I have it in the shade medium 33. This is by far the best stick concealer. It's one of my favorite concealers of all time. It just really, really blends into the eye. I will put a link to my review of this concealer up here in the iCards. I feel like this concealer is perfect for everyone, and there's not very many concealers that I can say that for, because there's some concealers that will look beautiful on younger skin but looks terrible on mature skin, or there's concealers that look amazing on mature skin and looks terrible on younger skin. There's kind of never really that happy medium. This one is the happy medium. Anyone from the age of 15 to the age of 60 could wear this. It is absolutely beautiful underneath the eye, and I am obsessed with it. I am completely obsessed. It's so good. I'm gonna briefly talk about this because I think you guys already know the NATASHA DENONA, the Bloom Blush and Glow palette. This is the perfect time to pick up this palette, especially with summer coming. And even though these shades look so intimidating, these cream products, you go in very light-handed and they just, oh, they're magical on the skin. This palette is definitely worth, in my opinion, every penny, and it's definitely something to put on the list because it's good. It's really good. I also recommend the NATASHA DENONA, the BIBA Neutrals palette. This is a really, really everyday good neutral palette. I love the shades in here. Most of the people that I know have loved this palette. There's only been one other creator friend of mine here on YouTube that bought this palette and didn't really like it, and that's unfortunate only because, you know, it's a lot of money, and I feel like when you're buying a palette like this, every shade needs to perform or you have to send it back. Like, you don't want to keep a palette that not every shade will perform, and this one has just been a perfect staple for me. It's easy for me to grab a few shades from here and create an easy look with, and I kind of feel like this was not the best time to launch this palette. I feel like this palette would have been good like during the fall time, but the shades in here are absolutely amazing, and they're perfect for that neutral girl. So if you've been wanting to pick up a NATASHA DENONA palette, or even a Pat McGrath, you know, my favorite is the Bronze Ambition palette. I also have the Mothership 5 palette, which, I mean, she speaks for herself just how amazing she is. But you know, obviously it's a good time to pick up any NATASHA DENONA or any Pat McGrath palette that you've had your eye on. Moving on, my favorite blush right now is this one from JOUER. This is the Rose Gold Blush Duo. Oh my gosh, I'm just pissed that I didn't buy this sooner. It is so freaking pretty on the skin, and I love the way that my skin will glow when I'm wearing this. Now, I don't have a ton of blush on right now, so I'm going to add just a tiny bit just so that you guys can see just how pretty this is. It's becoming my favorite blush. I love it. If you want more shades, you can also pick up the Bouquet Amour 6 shade blush palette. Now, this shade right here is in the Rose Gold palette, and the rest of the shades are from other palettes, except for this one, I believe. I believe this one is a new shade, but I love this palette, and I think it's a good time to pick it up during the sale. But either one of these, you're gonna love it. They're amazing. I do have a highlighter that's super expensive that I do want to mention. This I just recently picked up. I don't know when this is going to be available on Sephora. I'm assuming that by the time the sale starts, this will be available on Sephora, because currently it's not available at Sephora. It just launched on the YSL website, I think like 2 weeks ago. So I'm waiting for it to launch on the Sephora website. So I can't say for sure that by the time the sale starts that this will be available, but I want to mention it in case it is. This is the YSL Illuminating Stick Highlighter, and I have it in the shade One Light Gold, and it is so freaking pretty. It's cooling too to the skin, which I love. So it kind of has this really pretty stick to it. Kind of reminds me of the one from Hourglass, but I think I like this formula a little bit better. Thing about this is you're not going to get like a crazy blinding highlight. So I think that's the thing that I like about this, is that I can kind of throw it up here on the cheek, and like it moves naturally with the warmth of your finger, and it will blend really nice into the skin, and it just gives a nice sheen to it. It's perfect to wear on its own. It's perfect to go over top of it with a powder highlighter to give it that maximum effect. You get quite a bit of product for it. Now don't get me wrong, it is YSL. It smells just like YSL, and it's expensive like YSL, but it's a good product, and I've been really enjoying that highlighter. So fingers crossed that it will be available at Sephora by the time the sale goes live. Next up, I do want to talk about the Marc Jacobs highliners. I'm actually going to be stocking up on these during the sale. This is, I don't know what I'm talking about. This is the highlighter matte gel. Now I have it in the matte brown, I have it in black. I love this formula. It's so crazy soft, and I love it. Like, I know they're $25, but it's a perfect time to take advantage of the sale and pick them up, you know, and kind of stock up on them. I think anytime you can stock up on anything from Charlotte Tilbury as far as her Matte Revolution formula, I highly recommend it. I love her Matte Revolution formula. It is so long lasting, and it's a nice matte lipstick, but it doesn't dry out your lips like a liquid matte would, but it's long lasting, and I love it. And you can reapply it. You know how matte liquid lipsticks, if you try to reapply, sometimes it gets a little cakey, sometimes it doesn't look the best. With her matte lipstick formula, it's matte enough to where it lasts long, but you can reapply it and without it looking nuts, like without it looking gross and kind of gumpy and kind of, I love these. I love her Matte Revolution formula. It is one of my favorite lipstick formulas, so I do recommend picking them up. I have 2 in my purse and 3 out here. Yes, I do. Another lippy product that I want to recommend is this from Smashbox. This is their Gloss Angeles. I have this one in the shade 72 and Honey, and I love this. It's the perfect peachy, like nude shade. Oh, look at that shade, you guys. It is perfect for the summer. I love this. I'm actually going to be stocking up on this. It is the prettiest color. It is the prettiest gloss. I am obsessed with it. If you guys have been on the hunt for a really good gloss for the summer, I love this one. I also cannot recommend this one enough. This one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is in the shade Saint Tropez. The first person I ever seen wear this was Jackie Aina, and her lips, she has prettiest lips anyways, but when she put this on, it was stunning, you guys. If you have a deeper skin tone, this is like the gloss for you. I cannot tell you how beautiful it looks on against a deeper skin tone. This is what it looks like though. It is beautiful. And the thing that I love about this as well is that it lasts a long time because it kind of has the shimmer. Los Angeles doesn't last quite like I wish it would, but this one from Anastasia Beverly Hills lasts for a few hours, and it wears off really naturally. It is one of the prettiest glosses. I can't tell you enough how much you need this in your collection for the summer. It is so good. The other one I want to mention is one that I just recently picked up that I'm obsessed with, and I was wearing throughout the entire video until I just put on the Gloss Angeles. This is from Laneige, and this is the Lip Glowy Balm. I have it in the shade Peach. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. I am obsessed with this gloss. Look at that gloss, you guys. It's super thick. So if you don't like a thick gloss, you might not like it. Now, I love the sleeping mask from them, and I keep one down here in my beauty room. I keep one upstairs in my skincare and stuff because I put it on every single night. But this one is a gloss that I can take with me, and it's a peach tone. I love everything peach. I love the way it makes my lips feel. And I will tell you my favorite lip liner combination. This lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury, this is her Lip Cheat in the shade Iconic Nude. The nude lip liner, you know, you can kind of make your lips appear to be bigger and then put a gloss on. Your lips will go from being little itty bitty lips to like big, full, luscious lips. I love it so much. This has been my go-to combination for several months now. The Glossy Angeles with the Iconic Nude. I love this combination. It's the perfect nude. So all of those glosses I cannot recommend to you more, and I just love them. So So that's it for this Sephora haul video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this Sephora haul video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys have anything on your list that I didn't mention today, leave it in the comments down below and let me know what you guys are picking up for the sale, because I always like to hear what other people are picking up. There is so many times that I feel like I know everything there is to know about that Sephora website, and then somebody will say, oh, have you heard of this? And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never heard of that. So I love it when you guys share the things that you guys are loving. So if you guys have something on your list, definitely let me know in the comments down below. I love hearing from you guys, and I love chatting back and forth. So thank you guys again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day filled with love and happiness. I will see you guys right back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. and I love you all so much. Bye.